up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zulu November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It's time for a little bit of shenanigans on the Ham Radio Shenanigan Hour.
Shenanigans.
Ooh, yeah. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing. Good relaxing weekend. Didn't do a lot of nothing.
Didn't do a lot of nothing. Well, you know what?
I looked at the POTA spots page, and there were like 4 entries the whole weekend.
4 entries. Yeah, I bet the POTA world was a little upset. I know I did a secret activation after the field day, and it happened on only my Discord. Another reason to join my Discord, because it's absolutely free and costs you nothing, and you get cool secret activations. Because I know everybody was they were wanting me to jump on every single band because they were so short on POTA contact from the weekend.
Yeah.
It was funny because I just had done CW on 40 meters, and while I'm talking about, we're going to go ahead and put this list up here of these awesome Patreons because they're so cool and they keep everything going for everybody. But and if you'd like to become a Patreon and check out some of the cool benefits that these guys get, you can head on over to Patreon right now and sign up for a free 7-day trial in the top activator. So you might want to do that. But I forgot what I was even talking about before the Patreons.
Secret activations. And
yes. So I go in there, and I just had done 40, and after I did 40 meters, I went to 30 meters CW, and Terry couldn't hear me, and he's like, "Only thing I know to do is go to sideband," and I was thinking he's like didn't hear me calling back on CW, and he was just trying to get his contact in for the day for the PZN challenge or something. I was like, "Terry, you got me on 40 meters," and Joe pops in there and said, "We're all dying for POTA contacts, man." So I went to a Discord only sideband activation, and I did go to another park right after that, and that's one of the reasons why I was only doing Discord. I didn't want to get caught up.
Junkies, man, bunch of junkies. Spot on sideband, man. Come on.
I didn't want to get caught up in a big pile up and get stuck and only get to do the one park, so I wanted to do the second one. Another thing we need to give a shout out to is the Adventure Club. Looky there, a change in the top. Dan has knocked off the Sea-Doo King. As Dan always said, Kurt bought me a Sea-Doo.
Time for another Sea-Doo. Yeah.
Couldn't be knocked off there, but Dan with a big help out for issues that we'll talk about here in a couple of minutes. But also shout out to Kilo 8 Golf Quebec with a big off-string donation as well. You guys are awesome. And there's only I think 5 days left in this quarter.
Wow.
5 days.
Man.
That's just nuts. That means there's 5 days left in this month, which means that another monthly update will be coming up.
And the year is over half over.
Over half over. Gosh, I hope I can hit my CW and sideband goal for the year.
I think you're going to have trouble.
You think I'm going to have trouble?
Yeah.
If PP Man had anything to do with it, I would, because he wants me to keep adding. Although, speaking of goals, I did have somebody at field day say, "I thought this was going to be the year of the summits." I'm like, I got this. I was like, a matter of fact, I got one scheduled for 2 weeks from now, I think.
You got one scheduled in August, too.
Yeah, I've got one scheduled in August, too.
Oh, that's great.
Wait a minute. If I do that one 3 days straight, does that count for 3 summits?
No, you can do them once a year, man.
You can do them as many times a year as you want. You only get points.
You only get points. You're right. That's right.
But that would still be 3 summits.
That sounds like some McDonald's activation stuff there.
Oh yeah, it kind of does sound like some Mickey D's loving it stuff, don't it?
I'm loving it.
But anyway, so yeah, not a lot of spots. I didn't even look at the spots. I randomly Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar did hunt me on field day. I didn't spot in the Discord or nothing where I was. and he somehow randomly come across me and hunted me. And I guess he may have told somebody, because it wasn't 2 seconds later you hear QA, go back.
So, yeah, there wasn't very much. There were more CW spots on POTA and doing both POTA and field day than there were sideband spots. So I got a few CW.
CW was super packed on field day.
Oh God!
I actually did find a spot for a little bit and get a call some CQs on CW, and that was my whole goal for field day. It wasn't to make a bunch of contacts. It was definitely to do some hanging out with my club and have some fun, but I wanted to see if I could run some field day contacts on CW, because it's a totally different exchange than I'm used to, and I'm listening for different stuff, and it went pretty well for me. Most of my contacts actually on field day was CW, so I was quite happy with that. We did run a GOTA station, and we had a family come in that was interested in ham radio, and a dad, a mom, and a teenage girl. And we talked them all into testing while they were there. We let them study for a little bit first. And the dad and mom passed all the way through general.
Wow.
They're new generals. And the teenage daughter is now a technician. So.
And how long did they study for?
Now, I don't know if they were studying beforehand or not,
yeah.
But they only studied, I don't know, maybe an hour or so.
Not bad at all.
Now, the dad had some military experience with radios, and the mom was sort of, she had been into meteorology and stuff like that. So she understands like atmosphere stuff and stuff like that. So, they had a good background for it, but it just goes to show, I mean, the teenage daughter didn't have no background that would have helped her. And, just goes to show, you can pass your tech. Yeah, just get out there and do it.
Yeah.
And since we tested, then we had a couple club members. Well, let me try my extra, and we got 2 new club member extras out there as well. So pretty cool. We actually had 100% for testing. Everybody passed this weekend.
That's because I didn't go test.
There is that.
Yeah.
David
has a point about soda. He says if he ever figures out their website, then he might try it. Because the soda website is kind of confusing to say the least to me.
I'm not the happiest with their website as well. And, there's so many tools that you can use for soda, just like you can POTA. And I don't even know them. So, but I do have a summit coming up on July I think it's the 15th, but I'm gonna make sure.
How many points is it?
I don't even remember. Yes, July the 15th. But the cool thing about this summit is it's also a POTA 3-fer. So,
there you go.
Kyle actually done this one on his big Rove, and that's what gave me the idea of it. But it is a summit with POTA 3-fer.
Something else cool coming up in July there. Canada Day is July 1st. Activators across Canada are going to be activating Victor Echo 5082, the Great Scenic Trail. So if you
Canadian Day,
eh? If you see them spotted in the park, work them, eh?
Oh, I did get some Canadian stations on CW for field day as well. So,
did you tell them that they were 5'9", eh?
No, I didn't figure they would understand it. But it is what it is. I did have all kinds of technical difficulties with field day. By late last night, I had done packed up all my gear in my vehicle and said, I'm about done with this. And I just went to hangout mode and let everybody else run stuff. because
button pushers.
It started with my battery acting up, and that had me aggravated because it did that once before, and I'm still trying to figure out the whole ordeal with it. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully that will be resolved this week coming up.
If it's dead, that battery's had a good life.
It is, but I just feel like it should have more life left in it.
It's done a lot of good work for the king. It has been a loyal servant.
This is true. It has been a loyal servant. But hopefully, it's definitely not the cord. I know it's not the cord because I switched out a cord with another club member and plugged in his cord, and it was doing it. So the problem that I wanted it to be the most, it's not it. I wanted it to be the cord because that would have actually been an easier fix than I thought because I said I can just order a cord, but actually I found one when I got home today. I was looking for some settings for my radio, and we'll go into that. The other reason why I got ticked off and packed up my stuff, but I actually have, because when I got the DX10, I already had a power cord set up here at the house for the 991A and had my field cord for the 991A. It's the same cord. Why would I even pull this one out of the package, So it's stayed in the package all this time because I don't need two cords at one time. So it would have been an easy fix if it had been that, but
I'm not sure, David. It's a good question. If they do have a 5-year warranty, you can send it back and get another one.
Well, if Biolino has a 5-year warranty, I'll find out about it tomorrow because I do plan on calling Kevin and talking to him, asking him, what could be going on. And I also plan on calling Yazoo and making sure that it's not something with the radio, which will make me even more mad. Because one thing I don't want to do is send another radio to California, because I don't know if you've ever sent a radio to California. It ain't cheap.
Nothing in California is cheap.
When I sent the 991A to California, now mind you, I did get the insurance because I'm not stupid. The second you don't get insurance and you send a radio off and it gets crushed and it shows up at the factory, they're like, oh, well, your problem is you sent us a crushed radio. And then you're out. So you have to get the insurance. But to send the 991A out there, it cost me like $118.
Wow.
The DX10's heavier, and we'll have to have more insurance because it's more expensive. So
I would just use the 991A until you go on your California road and just drop it off.
Well, what I did think about was
there's probably some summits in California too.
If it did happen to be the radio, I will use the 991A until I go to Huntsville, and then make them take it from Huntsville.
Yeah, do that.
So, but it'll still just tick me off. Even though my 991A, when it comes back, it came back a better radio than it left.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
But I don't want. I've already activated since field day with the 991A, and it's quite funny. Dan hunted me today, and he's like, "Oh, you're because well, let's get into why I didn't take out the DX10." Anyway.
Before that, David just said Biolino has a 10-year warranty from the date of purchase. So, there you go. So yeah,
I'm sure if they have that warranty, they'll honor it. But it's not like I have a receipt from when I purchased it. But I'm pretty sure that I can show them I've not been a ham for 10 years, so they know it.
I don't think they've been in business for 10 years either. So I think everything is within their warranty right now.
But anyway, so battery issues. Last night, it happened again. Somehow, every time I go to field day, a setting gets changed in my radio. And normally, I fuss about it for a couple weeks and figure it out. But I came back to my radio and I'm calling and calling and calling the station. I'm like, how can they not hear me? I can hear them perfect. I know they can hear me. I know how to break a pile up. What is going on here? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, let me see how much power I'm getting out, because at this point I had came off of my station and took my radio up to another station, and I was on the main antenna, which was a big dipole that was about 80 foot in the air. Thank you very much, TC Fitz, for the super chat. Appreciate you, buddy. So I was up there because I was running off a power supply instead of battery. But I'm like, well, let's see how much power I'm getting out on this antenna. And I turn my meter from SWR to power, and I call out, and my power don't move. And I was like, oh, crap, I've done fried my finals again.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened to the 991A. Again, it was a power surge then, but, well, that's what I assumed happened to the 918, because that is the thing with the ASU. When you send your radio to them, they fix it, and they fix it good. They don't tell you what was wrong with it. I don't know why. You don't get no paper back saying, hey, this was your finals. You just get your radio back and it works. But I'm like, what is going on? So then I look down and I see that my mic gain is sitting at 0. My processor's off. And I'm like, what in the crap? So I go to turn my mic gain up to get my power. It won't go up. Processor won't move. Nothing will move. The only thing that would move would be the frequency, or I think there was one other thing. And I looked in the corner of the waterfall. There was a little tiny T, just a little orange T, and I'm like, I don't have no clue what that even means. It's not like I had a manual with me or nothing. So I'm looking all through the radio trying to get this little T off there, and then finally I get aggravated, and I was like, forget it. I factory reset it, and everything was fine with the radio, but there goes my audio settings. That took us like a week after I got the radio to get worked out, because I wanted my DX10 to sound exactly like my 991A, which that means it was so funny when Dan said, oh, your audio sounds just the same. And that made me feel good because I knew we had it right.
So you could hear everybody, but when you keyed up, you weren't getting any power out? And nobody could hear you?
No.
Well, I know how PP Man feels all the time.
Right. That's what that little T was. That little T. That little T was supposed to be a little P.
Yeah. That's it.
Somebody just shorted me my hump.
Your lovely lady lumps.
Oh, but that problem fixed, and I have started restoring my settings and getting it back. When I got home from my activations, I started playing with it, and I'm sure me and a couple of the Patreons are going to be on a frequency, probably on 80 meters, doing a net or something until I get my frequency right. But yeah, it was a pain in the tush. I after that point, after I seen my settings were gone, because I figured I just put my card back in and it would be fine. Nah, they didn't restore.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Does the DX10 have the same like menu system as the 991, where you can see what the settings are and just copy them over?
It's way more. And I've got everything in the way more section back exactly the way it was, because I found those settings here. Right. There was a couple settings that I just neglected to write down, and we just had to play with them, but they shouldn't be too bad. So it won't be bad. We'll probably have it done this evening.
Sounds like a fun weekend then.
Despite that, I still activated with the 991A, but I was only activating on like 63 watts because I didn't want to chance the battery shutting off or whatever. I'm going to take it out tomorrow, the 991A, and see if I can get the battery to shut off like it was with the DX10. So we'll see how that works. But that'll be after the phone calls anyway. And of course, I'll probably, when I do get my settings down, I'm going to make sure and write them last settings down, because when I get on the phone with Yaesu, they're going to be, oh, well, we need to do a reset.
Guarantee it. That's exactly the first thing I'll say.
Who
We can get you a bicycle to pedal, and you can just pedal it to keep your radio powered.
That would work if I was Kevin.
Yeah.
But I ain't Kevin. I'm fat. So I did. I do got to work on the CW settings for the 991A, because I had never done CW on my 991A, because I didn't do CW back then, and I'm not used, because I'm used to the amazing filtering of the DX10. When I do CW, everything is silent, and I hear the CW come in.
That's so freaky. If you're not used to that, it sounds so weird.
It does. It bothers some people. Eric from Hawaii hated my radio. He said my radio. He said everybody sounds too clear, and he don't understand them.
I understand. I understand that, because you're so used to listening through that background noise.
Yeah, and it is weird. Just like when I did CW, when me and you activated in Florida, we used your 891. And when I did CW with you, I heard all that extra noise.
Yeah.
All that in the background instead of just clear in CW. And on top of that, you use full break-in, where I use semi break-in. So I was hearing all this extra stuff that I'm not used to hearing. Yeah. And I was really proud of that, because that was back in, I hadn't been doing CW but about a month.
Like when you first started, yeah.
And I was proud of that activation, because I fought through it and got it done. But yeah, I've got to get used to CW on the 991A in the meantime, till I figure this out. We shall see. I wonder what it would be to ship a battery. I guarantee. Oh. Well, the good thing is I won't have to have insurance for that. So
yeah. That's weird. They won't tell you what the problem was, though. They just fix it and say here.
I even asked John. I was like, they didn't tell me what was wrong with my radio. He said, "Oh, they don't." He said, "Does it work good?" I said, "It works great. It worked better." He said, "Okay, they're doing their job." Hey, fair enough. Whatever.
Yeah, got a point. Yeah.
I did search YouTube for DX10 randomly shutting off and didn't find anything. So I don't guess that's a problem that's been happening. So hopefully it's going to be the battery issue and I'll be done with it. But we'll see. We shall see.
If not, you'll still have a good battery. So
yeah, I've got a good battery on the way, thanks to a big donation. Dan bought the Sea-Doo as
yeah.
It was always funny because he'd sit in the back and somebody's like, "Nobody's gonna ever pass Kurt up," and Dan's like, "Yeah, he bought James a Sea-Doo."
That's something. Jesus. Bought him the whole left side of a condo.
Funny stuff.
Let's see. Bio 10-year warranty. It says you need proof of purchase required if the item was purchased direct or through any dealer.
Well,
so I guess if you purchased it from an individual, you don't need a proof of purchase.
No. I got it from. Did I get it from BioLin or did I get it from PowerWorks?
I mean, you would think all of their stuff is under the 10-year warranty because I don't think they've been around for 10 years. Just saying.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
I'm sure if it's under warranty, Kevin will do me right.
Yeah.
Kevin's a good guy. But I really just want to know, is this an issue that he's had before? Because here's the thing. It'll shut off the radio, but then when I walk around to look the radio, it's still got enough to run the radio on it, and but that don't mean it ain't dropping
when you key
at
up.
that point, and then just going back. So I don't know.
Did it shut off when you keyed up, or just randomly?
Yeah, it'd be every time it'd be when I keyed up.
Okay, so the voltage drop when you key. So yeah,
either CW or it would do it on CW and
yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So, which it had never done CW before, but this weekend it did. It got worse this weekend for sure.
That's a good idea, I think maybe. You'd only need like 4.5 amp hours.
I could if my radio would ever get here. All I need is a 9-volt. Get me a couple rechargeable 9-volts, and I'll be good to go.
He's gonna be wrapping toroids till 2025 on that thing.
Oh,
that's funny.
That kit's if I would have known PP Man was going to have so much trouble with it, I probably wouldn't have got it.
The master builder is having trouble. So.
I mean, that's some tiny stuff, I guess. Yeah.
Did you wear your wolf costume at all this year?
I was not the wolf. I've told you all.
I've heard that, but I don't have any definitive proof either.
I gave you all a picture.
No.
Yeah, I gave you all a picture, and the wolf was there, but not in costume because the wolf said it was too hot to be in costume.
Oh.
So the wolf did not happen, unfortunately. But we did have some shenanigans this morning, and I'm still living. And I ate the bacon, we'll just say.
That's good.
So our breakfast cook gets up this morning and goes to clean out. They had one of those Blackstone grills out there, and goes to clean it and sees what he thought was cleaner beside the grill and puts it on there and cleans the grill and starts it up. And it starts smoking and stuff, and yeah, come to find out, bug spray cleans the grill really good. But on the upside, I did not have any bugs flying my mouth all day.
I was about to say a little bit of DEET will do you good.
So I ate that bacon and not a single bug flew in my mouth today.
That's funny.
Yeah. We kind of give him some crap about that. That was pretty funny. Other than that, not a whole lot of shenanigans went on. Jason wasn't an ostrich this year with his head in the sand. He didn't pass out on the Swicky slide. It was pretty. Just a pretty normal field day. Just a lot of hanging out, a lot of eating, and some contacts.
Did you have brisket?
We did not have brisket. My club needs a brisket chef. So if a brisket chef would like to move to Logan, West Virginia and become the brisket chef for the club, that would be really appreciated.
Was it Tall Guy who posted a picture in Discord about what they ate?
Yeah, it was Tall Guy.
Oh, it looked good too. Yeah,
I hear that it's his brisket and Steve's smoked sausage or whatever that's really good at that club.
There it is. Oh my goodness.
I definitely. There is some brisket in the future though, because I happen to know when I go do a summit that happens to be Monte Santo State Park. When I do a summit POTA, you ever notice that my summits coordinate with POTA? But
we have to share. We have to share the brisket that Tall Guy put on here. Y'all check this out.
Oh yeah,
that's some good looking stuff there now. Look at the bark on it. Oh gosh.
I bet that's why he special ordered that jar of peanut butter. He probably glazed that in the peanut butter to give that the bark that looked like that.
Oh, that does look good. It's getting me hungry now. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Wow.
I definitely need some good brisket. Eddie, if you or Tall Guy would like to meet me in Tennessee on the 15th, when I come off that summit, I'll be ready for some brisket. That'd be pretty good.
There you go.
I mean, you can set the bottom on 2 meter. I'll give you a 2 meter summit and triple POTA contact while you're cooking the brisket.
There you go. Can't beat that.
I thought about getting me a arrow antenna and actually seeing how many I could just get up there because Tristan, the guy that owns Inca One, actually has hiked the Appalachian Trail, and he was up there on Klingman's Dome with his 2 meter and a little Yagi handheld, and he said he got about 12 contacts from up there.
Wow.
And he wasn't doing summits or nothing. He didn't. He did the Appalachian Trail forever ago, but that's pretty good. 12. He said you're up there, so I thought about getting me a Yagi, and it'll also help for me because I'm wanting to start doing some satellites anyway. So
I was about to say you can do satellites too.
That might be something I take up there with me.
Next thing you know, you're going to be doing fivers.
Yeah, I know it. I run the FT 48. I'm going to start a new one. It's going to be FT4 and FT8 combined.
Yeah, FT48. There you go.
Yeah, FT48. It's faster than the rest of them, and you can actually do 60,000 contacts a minute on it.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's called the copy and paste.
That's going to be just the yellow button on the side of the Yaesu King version, right?
Yeah, that's on the new Yaesu POTA King radio.
Yeah. Instant FT48.
Runs FT48. It has a button that you can call you an Uber. It runs 1500 watts HF and UHF VHF, and it runs on a 9-volt battery.
1500 watts VHF.
Yeah, and it runs on a 9-volt battery and lasts for 3 years on a 9-volt.
1500 watts VHF. It better come with an RF exposure chart. Good Lord.
Oh, did I mention the antenna's like this big?
There you go. A little stubby.
Yeah, the little antennas PP Man designed it.
Yeah. So. He said the other day he could get used to this QRO stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of nice when people contact you.
Oh, it's funny.
Oh,
he said he started to feel dirty though. He had to go take a shower.
I felt kind of dirty because I was running 63 watts instead of 83 at the activation this evening. So I know how you feel, PP Man.
Whoa, David, you got all right. So you were running 2 meter and 440 for a POTA activation, I guess, on top of Crowder's Mountain, and you got 83 contacts. That's good. Yeah, I would say that's good.
Yeah, that's definitely. Oh, this Saturday. Okay, so there was plenty of people on the radio too. So that makes a little bit more sense.
I wouldn't think there'd be that many on 2 meters and 440 though.
I don't even know. Is that? Can you use those for field day?
I don't know. I would assume. I don't know if field day. Well, I don't know. Beats me.
And David says, "Yeah." So, okay. I did not know that. We wouldn't have got nobody where we was out on 2 meter because we were down in the hole. It's kind of weird because the other club didn't even show up, so it was our club, and we were using the other club's call sign. So,
there you go.
But that was the original plan. So I think,
How
well, one guy did show up Friday. He didn't get on the radar or nothing, but he showed up and hung out for a little bit. But he had a really, really something you would enjoy, Dan. Have you ever heard of, I think it's called canblaster.com or something like that?
No.
So it's basically this tube that's about this big around, and it has a little shaft in the center of it, and it screws on.
This is going to a bad spot.
It screws on to an AR-15 upper, or you can buy in a full upper and just put it on top of an AR-15. It shoots 6 blanks, and we stuck a can of Mountain Dew in that thing, and we shot it several hundred yards probably.
That would be better than a throwback.
What that's what it's for. Well, that's what I think it's for anyway. Because they do have attachments, he said on the page that just you can get the line that takes on the bottom of it and shoots it up and stuff like that. It's a throw line thing, but you can shoot all kind. You can shoot tennis balls in it. But we shot a Mountain Dew can in it, and this is the funny part. It went way out there, and we went and got it. Did you know the Mountain Dew was still in the can? There were no holes, no nothing.
Wow.
I'm like, wow. It's crazy because I was sitting there and I didn't know what they were doing. I thought that I seen him over there, and I just thought that he was showing everybody. You know, I couldn't tell what he had. I was doing CW, and I had headphones on. And all of a sudden I heard boom, and I'm about to come out of my skin.
That's funny. Oh my goodness! You imagine going to California in those redwood forests and putting up a dipole about 300 foot in a tree with that thing?
Oh yeah, you could, dude. You could have put, if there was tree big enough, you could probably put a dipole up half a mile. That thing went, buddy.
David, man, that's wrong. It's funny, but it's wrong. He said Mountain Dew can stronger than a submarine. Oh my God!
Oh, yeah. You know, I tried to get one of the guys to go out in the middle of the field and let me shoot him with a tennis ball with it.
Yeah.
Everybody seemed to decline.
Well, just say it's either a tennis ball or a golf ball. You take your pick.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't imagine. I guarantee you a tennis ball at 70 yards, I bet that thing would still take you off your feet.
Oh yeah. It'd be worse than getting hit in the face with a dodgeball in school. And right when I said that, everybody in the chat remembers that sound.
Yeah. So a 5.56 don't have any kind of kick to it at any rate. I've shot them one-handed before, like it's nothing. But he said with that on there like that, he said it's about like a 12 gauge, so it's got a little oomph to it. It's a lot louder than a 5.56. I can tell you that.
I would just be shooting all sorts of stuff if I had that thing. Good Lord.
Yeah, that I really want to look into that because I couldn't. You talking about your hanging infant game can go to a new level.
For sure. You could pop it over 2 trees at the same time and not have to do it twice and hang a flat top dipole.
Oh, you could. I never thought about that. Shoot it up in the direction and get it over 2 of them. That would be nice. You get creative with that. That's for sure.
See what I want for Christmas now.
Canblaster.com maybe. He told me. He added me on Facebook. I can add him if we can't find it, but it's definitely a cool little thing. So,
Well, I think POTA life's going to get back normal. So there's already some good spots, like right when the field day started to wind down, there were actual POTA spots coming on. So.
Right. Well, I've got 2 in already, and immediately following this stream, I will be going out to do my early to late shift activation. So
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say Chief Logan.
Well, I really thought about that, but I'm gonna ask because for some reason Toby earlier, and she may have just been being joking, but she was requesting Laurel Lake, and I don't know if she needs Laurel Lake for some reason or not. But if she does, I don't care to go do Laurel Lake. So I'm gonna try to find out from her. If you're in the chat, Toby, send me a message and because I when I was doing that secret activation, I was at 7056, and I said, and Terry was talking about the contacts, and I was like, I'm going to try to get one more in before the stream. And Terry's like, Can I pick? I was like, you sure can, as long as you're picking Big Ugly, because it's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes from here. But Toby had posted 7052, and I'm curious why she had posted that. So I don't know if she's. I would think. I can look and see. I would think she's done Eagle Dare. Because I eagled there a long time ago. That was maybe my second eagle.
I need a couple in North Dakota. You want to grab those?
Probably not today.
Okay.
I did. One of my club members shows up in this big driving motor home, and I was like, dude, why are we not road tripping? He's like, well, we can. I was like, well, let's do this. Of course, he said he gets like 3 miles a gallon. So,
that's probably why you're not road tripping.
That might have some effect on that road trip.
Toby says 2 more.
2 more?
Yep.
2 more. Okay. So I guess it'll be 7052 because all she'll have to do is get me before late shift and after late shift. And
okay. Congrats on another eagle.
Yeah, I just had pulled it up. Yep, she's 2 away, and looks like Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India Larry is about 17 away. So,
is your page working again?
Let's look. It works and it don't. It works and it don't. Let's take a look since I'm here. My awards. And the verdict is working.
Ah.
Yep, I'm working.
Maybe it needed a chance to catch up over the weekend when you didn't do much POTA.
Well, no, it was working one day last week, too. 93 of 140 in Kentucky. 47 more parks.
Should have that done by next week.
And there's going to be like 30 plus done the week of July 20 something or another when I go out there with James. So it'll be I'm going to try to get time to do them. The other ones in between now and then, they're not just parks that I can really go out and just do quickly. They're hike-ins.
Yeah.
And one of them's a boat in. So we'll see. I need to plan the boat in one because that needs to be done during the summer. So I may start working on the plan for the boat in.
Kevin wants to know when you're doing Niagara Falls.
I'm not 100% sure on a date. I know it's coming up. I just don't know when. I will let everybody know up in Canada beforehand because I'd like for some of the guys to be able to come over and see me. Because you guys can get in and out of there, and I can't get in and out of there because I don't have a passport. But if I did have a passport, I would definitely hop over. Because I got a lot of hunters up in that area that hunt me. But you can cross the border, eh?
Eh? You can get you a barrel and do barrel mobile.
Barrel mobile.
Yeah.
I could float over on the Canadian side for a minute and get 10 contacts, couldn't I?
I don't know if they'd let you, but yeah, you try. You know.
Hey, listen, I'm a fast paddler. I can paddle that battle pretty quick.
Yeah.
Get my 10 contacts and paddle right over the falls before they get me. I don't think they'll chase me over the falls.
I don't think so. I think Carlos would get more free fall time than you would over the fall.
Hey, that would be a free fall mobile. Carlos might get jealous.
Yeah.
Be in the barrel and all of a sudden go over, and all of a sudden you just see a big shoot come out, and I just glide over, and then the cops are there to arrest me for breaking all kinds of laws.
Yeah, you can tightrope across the falls. That's what Kevin says. Didn't what's his name do that? Nick Walinda, the Daredevil guy, not long ago. When I say not long ago, 5 years ago or so. I've noticed the older you get, like 5 years is not long ago.
Dude,
it's just over that. It's just over that hill.
I can remember when I was a kid, and it would take a school year would take forever.
Yeah.
Now a year is like, I mean, like you just said, you know, the 6th month is fixing to be over. We're halfway through the year, and I don't know. You think I'm halfway through my goals?
You remember sitting in school and staring at the clock, watching the second hand tick, waiting for it to be 3 o'clock so you can get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh God. Yeah, I think you're doing pretty good on your goals. I think you'll be all right by the end of the year. You know,
the only goal people are thinking I'm not going to get is a soda, and I'm like, come on, y'all. I mean, it's me. If I had to, the last 12 days of the year, I could do 12 Sundays.
But that'll be my 12 days of Christmas.
On the 12th day of Christmas, the king gave to me another soda contact.
Oh my God.
Now I've got one in 2 weeks, one in August, and there's a couple guys in the club wanting to do a couple with me around here.
Hey, so, your big sis is out there tearing it up.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm wondering if she knows what I know, and I'm not going to tell you what I know just yet. I will tell you on maybe Wednesday. If not, I'll tell you on next Sunday what I know.
Sunday.
Yeah, I got her parked to park there. That second park, she popped in quick with the park to park.
Yeah.
She's probably jonesing because she probably didn't go out there in field day and do photo either. Anyway, because I mean, you just go out and hunt the field day stations.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to find a place to spot. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. There was a couple of times I found places and actually got to call CQ, which that's what I prefer for field day. I'd rather call CQ.
I think Kyle ran a stream. He was doing some hunting from Misery, and there was a couple of times where there were like 3 or 4 stations on the same frequency on 20 meters calling, and he would throw his call sign out there, and then one would come back to him, and then another one would come back to him. He's like, I don't know which one I'm talking to now.
Yeah, like it was like that all weekend. 2 and 3 stations on a frequency calling CQ, and like when I'm hunting, what I try to do is I try to get the call sign, the section, and the class, all that down before I call my call sign. That way I don't gotta be that guy like, what park are you in? What's your call sign?
He had a good little game going on too. He was seeing how many police copies he could hear.
And I try to get all that stuff down, but I'd get all of it down, and I'd call my call out, and another station would call me back, and I'm like, wait, what? Huh? And it was like that on so many frequencies. And the same, I'd be calling when I would find the frequencies. I'd be sitting there, I'd bang out a couple of contacts, and all of a sudden somebody comes right in on top of me. CQ field day.
No, is this frequency and use or nothing? Just key the mic and go.
Just key the mic and go every single time. Same on CW.
And the bad part is you could hear them, so they could hear you more than likely.
Yeah.
Where these people on 20 meters, they were geographically set where they couldn't hear each other. So
I was on 40.
So they didn't know.
My band was 40 all weekend.
Yeah.
Wonder why. I wonder why my band was 40. It was quite funny because everybody was running late, getting set up and stuff like that. And about 5 minutes or two, I was like, well, I guess I'll set up. And at 2 o'clock, I'm calling CQ. Quite cool. I did get to meet one of my Patreons, John, Kilo 8 November Indy Victor, came down, picked up his Chowin coin and his Patreon stickers. So it was great to finally meet him. He hung out for quite a while with me. So that's always fun. Anyway, well, we're getting close to the top of the hour, and I don't know who's got a stream, Frank or Charlie, but one of them does. And I have a trip to Kilo 7052 to get Toby some contacts. So, what you got coming up, bud?
I think I'm going to hunt you at Kilo 7052.
7052. How many contacts you gonna get there?
What depends on how many modes and bands you work.
I probably won't get CW in the early shift, so you'll probably get one band before the late shift. Then I would say 3 bands side band after, and 3 bands CW after, I would say.
So I'll get 7.
7 possible contacts for 7052.
If you're not getting awards hunting this guy, you're doing it wrong.
It's again, and more than likely, all those CW hunts will be after I go QRT from sideband and post it only in my Discord because I don't have the settings right on my 991A for the CW yet, and I'm not used to the noise. So I don't know. I may spot one band on CW. We'll see. But why not just join the Discord, click on that CW roll, and be done with it, and be able to hunt me because it's that easy. All right. Other than that, I will be activating tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. What the heck? Every day for the rest of the year. And streaming on Wednesday, dropping a video on Thursday. And you know what? We're on Shenanigans. Speaking of shenanigans, if you didn't see my cool shenanigan promo for Shenanigans on TikTok, you missed out. I don't know if Hayden has seen it or not, but I made a cool promo for Shenanigans the other day. And that's all I'm going to say. You need to go check it out for yourself. But I'm sure Hayden will be like, what the crap?
That's great.
Anyway, thank you guys for the super chats, and thanks for watching tonight. We'll catch you later in 73.
73, guys.